We all know that human space exploration is a very difficult task because we humans are very delicate animals. In space, we have three essential needs. First one is oxygen to breathe, second is water for hydration, and third one is food for nutrition. If the mission duration is less than couple of weeks, you can carry all your supplies in the cargo. But if the mission duration is longer, there will be few problems because however capable your spacecraft is, you cannot carry all the oxygen and water that you need. And to solve that problem, you have to recycle your resources to live efficiently in the space. And that is what China is planning to do on its new space station. The Chinese astronauts are going to recycle their urine to get fresh water and oxygen. So the question is, how are they going to do that? I'm going to explain that at the end of this video. On June 17th, China launched Shenzhou 12 mission. It carried 3 astronauts to the new Chinese space station Tiangong. Now this was the first manned mission in after 5 years of break. The last manned mission it launched was Shenzhou 11 in 2016. Shenzhou 12 spacecraft was launched on Long March 2F Y12 rocket from Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in northwest China. Now Long March 2F is a part of Long March 2 rocket family. It is a human rated two-stage rocket designed to carry Shenzhou spacecraft. Let's look at the specification of Long March 2F. The rocket is 62 meters long, that is in the height. The diameter is 3.35 meters. It has a payload carrying capacity of 8.6 tons to low Earth orbit. It is a two-stage rocket with 4 side boosters. The core stage as well as the booster uses hypergolic fuels. It uses combination of NTO and UDMH, that is dinitrogen tetroxide and 1,1-dimethyl hydrogen. Now these hypergolic fuels are highly toxic, corrosive, carcinogenic and explosive, and almost all space agencies all around the world use these fuels in their rockets. 573 seconds after the launch, the Shenzhou 12 spacecraft separated from the rocket and was placed into the orbit. And after 6.5 hours of rendezvous, the Shenzhou 12 spacecraft docked with the Tianhai core module of Tiangong space station. The whole rendezvous and docking operation was automated, unlike the previous mission. For example, the last crewed mission, Shenzhou 11, took almost 40 hours, and Tianzhou 1 cargo mission took almost 2 days for docking and rendezvous. The change is mainly because of the total automation of the rendezvous and docking process. The China has developed its own navigation system called Baidu Navigation System. It is an alternative to global positioning system. With the help of Baidu Navigation System, the spacecraft was able to dock in a record time. The crew of the mission includes Nai Haiseng, Li Boming, and Tang Hongmo. These 3 astronauts will work on Tiangong space station for 3 months. All of these astronauts are former PLA Air Force pilots. They have a good experience, and 2 of them have been to space before this mission. They will perform various activities like helping in the construction of the space station, conducting extravehicular activity, and in-orbit maintenance. I have explained in my previous video, you can get the link here. The Chinese space station will be completed by the end of 2022. 11 missions will be launched in total, which includes 3 launches for the space station modules, 4 for the cargo missions, 4 manned missions. Already 3 missions have been launched. The first was Tianhai core module of the space station, which was launched on April 29. The second Tianzhou 2 cargo was launched on May 29th, and now the Shenzhou 12 was launched on June 17th. Shenzhou spacecraft has 3 capsules. On the top, it has orbital capsule, return capsule is in the middle, and the propulsion capsule is at the bottom. The orbital capsule, which is at the top, is mainly responsible for rendezvous and docking. It has a docking mechanism that connects with the docking port on the space station. It also acts as the storage room with 300 kg cargo capacity, in which it carries scientific experiments and food supplies for the astronauts. Now in 2018, China, in collaboration with United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs, issued calls for applications for scientific experiments to be hosted on the Chinese space station. Now there were many applications from Belgium, China, France, Germany, India, Italy, and many other countries. Out of this 42 applications, 9 were selected. Now coming back to the Shenzhou spacecraft, the return capsule is in the middle. It is, as the name suggests, a return capsule in which the astronauts return to the Earth. It has parachutes, heat shield that help the spacecraft to land safely on the Earth. It also acts as the control center, and astronauts are placed in the capsule during launch and the re-entry. Finally, the propulsion capsule is placed at the bottom. It is responsible for power supply, thermal control, and propulsion system. Now coming to the point which we discussed in the beginning of this video, how and why Chinese astronauts will recycle their urine to create fresh water and oxygen. First, I will have to answer why they are trying to recycle their urine. The answer is simple. There are 3 main reasons. First is cost. It is highly costly to launch any payload in the space, so it is in the right mind to recycle. Second is it is very inefficient to carry all the payload in the spacecraft and use it once and throw it away. You have to recycle it to efficiently use your resources. The third reason is technological development. Now China is not only planning to have a space station, it is planning to have moon missions, it is planning to have deep space missions on Mars. So it needs to develop these life support systems, these recycling technologies. So this will prove as a pioneer mission to use these technologies for recycling their resources. Now let's answer the question, how will they recycle their urine? See, an average human generates 800 ml to 2 liters of urine every day. So let's take an average, say 1400 ml of urine is produced every day. Now there are 3 astronauts, they will stay on the space station for 3 months, and if you calculate, they will generate approximately 378 liters of urine. That is a big resource in space. So this urine is first distilled and then filtered to get pure water. This water can be used for drinking, rehydration of dry food, or it can be used to generate oxygen by performing electrolysis of water to get oxygen, which will be used for breathing. So that's it for today. If you want to learn more about the Chinese space station, you can watch my another video. And if you found this video informative, you can subscribe to my channel. At last, it is always great to learn something new. So keep learning. Bye bye.